What's up, TikTok? I'm an angry Christian. Now you probably sit back going, "Nah, man, that's like that don't make no sense. You can't be a Christian and be angry. You can't be an angry Christian." Hold up. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I've told you my story, my testimony. I ain't got time to get into it right now. I'll probably have to do that on a live thing because there's a lot to talk about, right? I did a lot in my life, man. Thugging, worked for the family. 2012, I did a TV show with my daughter. I did a lot in my life as a non-Christian, but I'm doing more as a Christian. Well, let me tell you something, man. Anger kept me alive on the streets. All right, when I was selling drugs, and I didn't sell just a little bit of drugs, I sold pounds and kilos. You know what I'm saying? So I was a problem. All right, I had this anger, and that anger kept me alive on the street. I didn't have no one. My mom died at 6 years old. I went right into the foster system. All right, my dad didn't even come around until I was like 9 or 10 years old. I had no respect for my father. So as soon as I could bolt, I bolted. I quit the 9th grade because I was making $1,500 a week. I didn't need school, so I was doing my thing, you know? Anger kept me alive. But I got 3 kids now. I'm 57 years old. I got 3 kids. My one daughter just turned 13. So you know where that anger is coming from. My one daughter just turned 13. I got another one who's 11. And my son, boy, that boy right there, Lord have mercy. I'm surprised that boy is still alive. He's just like me. Oh boy, God pays you back, man. He pays you back. When you act like a fool, he gets you a carbon copy of yourself. My son is 9 years old. I'm 57 years old, man. I get tired and they act goofy. Like I'm trying to chill. I'm in my life stage right now where I'm trying to relax. You know, I want to hear the birds chirp. I want to read the word, and that's all I want to do. I don't want no problems, man. I'm not about drama. I was about drama in my 20s and my 30s, but I can't handle drama. I ain't got time for drama right now, man. I'll walk away quick. Okay, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. 57, 3 young kids. So you know I got anger, right? I've been begging God and been studying. I've been studying hardcore about anger. You know, and in the Sermon on the Mount, God talks about anger. He says, you know, you've heard it said. In other words, from the Old Testament and from the Pharisees, you've heard it said that if you murder somebody, you're in a lot of trouble. All right? But I'm here to tell you now that if even you hate a brother inside of your heart, it's the same as killing him. It's the same as murder. You call a brother a name, you're going to be in danger of the fires of hell. I started really getting into that. And I'm like, Lord, please. I'm like begging. I'm like, please. I got a mouth on me. I guess you probably can't tell. I got a mouth on me, right? Now, when I get angry, I start cursing. I won't curse you out, but I curse because I'm trying to release some of that pressure. Man, it's like putting a lid up on a jar and you shake that jar and all that compressed air is about to bust out. So you try to just like pop a little valve just to get that steam up out of there, because if you don't get a little bit of steam out, that bottle's going to blow up in your face, right? That's how my anger is at times. So I feel like, and feelings are wrong, but I feel like that if I curse, that I can release some of that stress and some of that pressure so I don't blow up, so I don't go grabbing you by your neck and beating the living snot out of you. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I didn't deal with anger very well. Like if you and me start arguing, man, I'm on you like a pit bull, boy. I just start beating in your face. You might beat me, you might whoop me, but I'm going to tell you something. You're going to look at me and be careful about what you say and what you do, because you're like, yo, man, he's not such a great fighter, which I am. I used to box. But he's not such a good fighter. I know I could beat him, but damn, he's a problem, man. And I just don't want to deal with that. So, man, back in the day, I would just blow up and just come, boom. I mean, I'm on you, you know? So I asked God, I'm like, God, please get this anger from me. Man, I've opened up the Bible. I have prayed. I have begged. I have cried. Bro, I got to stop. I got to break that chain because of my kids. I don't want my son acting like me. All right? Now check this. Hold up now. I asked the Lord to please take it from me. When I was crying, I was just last night, I was at 2 o'clock this morning, bawling with tears, crying to God, and I was begging and pleading with God to please take the anger from me. You know what he told me? The thorn in Paul's side. Really? So in the Bible, Paul asked God 3 times to take this thorn that's in his side, this thing that is messing with him. It wasn't an actual thorn. It's just a figure of speech. This thing that was messing with him. He asked the Lord, please take this from me. God, please take this from me. The Lord said no. Paul begged again. God, please, I'm begging you, God. Please. I'll be such a greater Christian without this thing that's bothered me. The Lord said no. He asked 3 times. 3 times. The Lord said no. What did he say? He said, but my grace is sufficient. Like, with me, we can handle this situation that you got. So last night the Lord said, no, I'm not taking your anger from you. All right? That's in you. That's in your heart. But you know what? I'm not taking that from you. You're going to have to control it. With me, my grace is sufficient. And you can get through it because I live inside of you. I know for a fact that I'm saved because anger bothers me. Back in the day, anger didn't bother me. I blamed you for why I was angry. You're the reason why I woke up fine this morning. I didn't have a problem. But you said something stupid. Or you did something to me stupid. Now you set me off. That's your fault. I'm angry because of you. That's how I used to be. But now I'm like, nah, man, I'm angry because of what's inside of me. What's in my heart. The Bible says what comes from your mouth comes from the heart. So, man, the Lord checked me hard and heavy yesterday. He's like, no, I'm not going to take that anger from you because your head is going to get this big. And you think you're all that in a bag of chips. And then you start getting away from me. You stop reading the word. You stop praying. You stop begging me to help you out. Because now you think you're all that in a bag of chips. Because you think you conquered your anger. You don't even need me no more. So you're going to stay angry so that you stay with me. So that you beg me all the time. Let me tell you something. The Lord gives us discipline. My grass is high in the front. I got to cut it today. All right. It's been raining, so I haven't really had the opportunity to cut it. And I'm all about my yard, bro. My grass is a little bit high. If somebody drops off a lawnmower and a weed eater, they drop off the tools for me to cut my grass, but I don't use those tools, that grass don't get cut. It just gets even bigger. And then the city's going to come by and find me for my yard looking shabby. Right? Whose fault's that? It's mine because I didn't use the tools that a friend of mine gave me. All right? God has given us tools to control that anger. I'm going to tell you something. Hebrews 12:1, he disciplines the ones that he calls, the ones that he loves, the ones that are in his family, his sons and daughters. He disciplines them like a good father would. And when you get angry and you can't control it, where does it lead you to? That's right, prison. People that are in prison are there most likely because they got angry. They try to drown it with alcohol, drugs, or what have you. Their anger. They walked home. They came home from, a hard day at work. Maybe they were sick. They came home early. Girl was sitting there sleeping with your best friend. That anger blows up. You kill your best friend. You kill your woman. Now you're in prison for 2 murders and you're doing life in prison. But guess what? Now all you got is the word and time. If God's called you, you're going to heaven. But it's going to depend on how you live your life here, of whether you have a decent life or you got a miserable life. And if you can't control your anger, the Lord, because he loves you so much, the Lord will allow you to go to prison. I got many brothers that are in prison because of it. The Lord will allow you to go to prison so that he can make you right. And you'll share the gospel in prison. But he'll make you right. And your end game is heaven. So when you're begging God to take something away from you, maybe he's not going to. Maybe that's your thorn in your side. And he wants you to be in control of it and discipline and use him to control that situation. Lust, anger, it could be a lot of things. So pray about it and stay disciplined and stay in the word. All right, everybody. Peace.